Good evening. May the 4th be with you. Today I was going to do a Star Wars themed unboxing of something or possibly a playthrough, and then Cryptozoic came through and we got a FedEx box while we were at our special edition of the Star Wars Empire Strikes Back that we went to see at the theater today. So we did that short talking about Star Wars. You can see that if you explore the channel a little bit, but we're going to do our big unboxing here now. Cryptozoic does for DC deck building. They do a Kickstarter a year about. Last year they did the Injustice one. We got all of it. This year they did Justice League Dark. So we're going to start by taking everything out of the box, and then we'll go through each box. This is the Justice League Dark game, and I think that they're going to have extra boxes for the retail versus Kickstarter. So then it included a couple of Rebirth packs. This is some of the first stuff they've done with Rebirth in a long time. Oh, it looks like we get some bonus cards here. We got the new Rivals set. Shazam versus Black Adam. That's pretty. Ooh, box of something. Extra cards there, I'm sure. We got the Legion of Doom booster set, which I'm pretty excited for, because as any of you who've seen some of our other stuff, I did a Legion of Super Friends big box, their small box big fun thing. We got some extra cards here. We got a Brightest Day event. Looks like this is for Rebirth. Yeah. Wait, let me see here. I'm getting old. Can't read as good as I used to. Kickstarter for... Oh, this is the new... Okay, this is for the Multiverse, I see. We got the Multiverse box last year. So here's the Project Themation. It's another Crisis promo card for the Crisis 3 pack, which I do also own. We have a Flashpoint crossover pack 10. So let's set this stuff down here so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. And we got a superhero one for Birds of Prey. Huh, interesting. That right there. Alright, let's see what else is in there. I think these are mats. Garbage. Looks like I got everything out. Watch it. Okay. So, this is everything that was in our Kickstarter box that we got today. So we'll start with one of these mats just to see what's going on here, because it looks amazing. Rolled in a box by itself, plus sealed. They were very careful. So this is the Rivals mat for Shazam versus Black Adam. And I'll set that down right over here. That is pretty good looking. I like it. Okay. Okay, our second mat. This one should be for Justice League Dark. They had a Kickstarter mat, or Kickstarter exclusive. Kickstarter exclusive mat, and then a second mat that would be available for retail later. Ooh. So here's that one for Justice League Dark. That's really nice looking too. So this looks like it's for the standard deck building game, because you've got your center, your draw decks, and your center 3. That looks good. All right, I think we'll start with a small box. We've got the Legion of Doom here. Let's check out this. So this says on the back, I mean, it's an expansion pack. This says, DC deck building game Legion of Doom expansion pack. Banded together from remote galaxies are 13 of the most sinister villains of all time. The Legion of Doom, dedicated to a single objective, the conquest of the universe. It's 13 Legion of Doom supervillains based on the classic Challenge of Super Friends TV series to any of the deck building game base sets. Limited edition packaging features the Hall of Doom, the fiendish headquarters of the Legion of Doom. 13 standard villain cards, 1 rules card, a randomizer, and a multiverse divider. So it says all you need to play is any base set. And since I have every base set, not a bad deal. If we can get it, there we go. Ooh, so here's our divider for the multiverse box, which is actually sitting behind me. That was in last year's Kickstarter. So yeah, it's kind of a big box for, I mean, it's still a small box for big fun, but 13 cards are really what's important, and they will fit right in that multiverse box. There's a randomizer to go with it. So there's the randomizer, and again, you've got that awesome Legion of Doom artwork. We've got a rules card. It's standard front and back rules for these booster packs. And then, of course, the backs all match. So who do we have? We've got the Lex Luthor from the TV show back then. We have Black Manta. I love how even the style of the cards is the old TV type thing. The Riddler, the Scarecrow, Captain Cold, Gorilla Grodd, my kid's favorite. Here we have Solomon Grundy, Toyman, Bizarro, Cheetah, Giganta, Brainiac, and Sinestro. So that is that booster set right there. Very cool. All right, we'll put these off to the side here. Okay, here's one of our booster cards. It's an event card here. There's 2. We have Bombshells event, and the Bombshells was one of the things from last time. Ongoing, reduce the cost of all attack and defense cards in the main lineup by 1. So this is for the multiverse game, where you have multiple lineups. Both of these events are, one is Brightest Day, one is Bombshells. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we'll put these over here. These are going to be for the multi-box. Let's see. These we're not going to open because inside well, we can open this part. But there's sealed stuff in here, so it's a secret. As you do each one of these bags, they're resealable, but there's stuff in there that you're not supposed to necessarily know about. So spoiler warning, don't look. So, and these are for Project Rebirth. I think the heroes, they kind of told us what was going on anyway. So we have Black Canary and Green Arrow. Now, if you've never played Rebirth, that's the one that you kind of build a board out of your cards, and then you have characters that go around it. So with the cards, of course, come our 2 standees. And then there's the cards. But like I said, these packs, the way they play is when you open them, you do it, and then once you find out all the secret information, it's going to be, the replayability is a little bit limited. This was the first time they've done any new Rebirth stuff in a very long time. So the first pack was Green Arrow and Black Canary. Second pack, I'll show you who's in here. Second pack is Vixen and the Atom. So that's very cool. And then it tells you the details of each thing when you look at their directions, which is why, in order to keep it secret, you keep that stuff. That'll just go in my Rebirth box is also behind me over there on the shelf. Okay, now we have another bag of promos here. Let's see who's in this one. We have Birds of Prey. It's a new superhero card, +3 power, defense, discard this card, and an attack. If you do, put a superpower and or equipment from your discard pile into your hand or draw 2 cards. First appearance will be an attack if each player discards 2 different cards. So we have this one, and we have Avery Ho, who's a speedster. So this one looks like it's a promo for the Flash, for the Rivals 3, which was Flash versus Reverse Flash. This one just says promo, so I'm not exactly sure who that's for. This one, Savitar, who is a speedster again. Yep, he's a promo for Rivals Set 3. He's a villain, draw 2 cards, speedster attack. Each foe gains a weakness. Here we have another promo. This one's for Injustice. The Injustice General Zod. Nice. So we got cards for different sets across their timeline. I have all of these sets, so it'll be fairly easy. Like these both go to Flash. This one goes to, like I said, the Injustice box that came last year. This one, I'm not sure where that one goes. We will figure it out. And if I can't figure it out, I'm sure someone on Board Game Geek already has. So then here we have another promo pack. This is a Crisis event for Crisis 3. Project Thumation. And here we have, this one's for Crisis 4. Impossible Mode Villain, Red X. So again, luckily I have all of these and will be able to put them in the boxes where they go. This one. And I have a whole promo section in that thing too, because thanks to reprints that they did last year, I have every promo that the game ever came out with. This one, Shadow Lass, is for Crossover 3. This one is for Crossover 1, Cyclone. Each time you play a hero, you can discard a punch if you do draw a card. So it's pretty nice that they're giving some love to some of their old sets too. Let's see what's in this little box of. I think this is almost all promos here. If I can get in it. Oh. Crossover Crisis Pack 1. Golden Age Crisis. So for the Golden Age Crisis, we have Crossover Collection 1. We've got Dr. Fate and the Golden Age Green Lantern. We have Mr. Terrific. We have Power Girl. We've got Star Girl. And there she's riding Stripesy. The Jay Garrick Flash. And Wildcat. Before the first supervillain is defeated, when a card with cost 6 or greater would enter the lineup, instead, place it next to this card and surge. So this is the new rules for the Golden Age Crisis stuff. That's interesting. 1 to 2 player or 3 to 5 player. I like that too. That's where the defeated supervillains go to make this thing work. 7 oversized characters, 7 Kickstarter main deck cards, 9 supervillain cards, 4 crisis cards, 1 oversized Golden Age Crisis card, 1 oversized rules card, 1 crisis setup card, 1 randomizer card, 1 multiverse divider. That's what we're still going through here. Main deck setup, it tells you exactly how to do it. Says for the short mode, we recommend not using the following crisis cards. So there's going to be stuff from Crisis 1, Atlantis Attacks, World Domination. We've got Frozen City from Crisis 2 and Crisis 3, Permanent Eclipse rules they tell us not to use. They've got the supervillain stack set up, Crisis Johnny Sorrow, Golden Age Crisis, and then how to increase the challenges. This is a really in-depth crisis pack. I'm liking this. Normally they do not do that. And I have all of the crisis packs as well. So every pack that they have, I've got. I love this game. It is my favorite deck building game. And Cryptozoic, I've been following it since the very beginning. That's not entirely true. When it first came out, I had to wait a little bit, but I got the first 2 sets together. And not too long after that came the 3rd set. And then I started buying every booster they have. Matter of fact, I accidentally overbought some of these. I have a couple extras that I tried to figure out what to do with. Alright, so let me move these hero ones out of the way. And look at some of these villain cards here. We have Icicle, Ragdoll. These are Golden Age villains. So Solomon Grundy, Gentleman Ghost, Obsidian, who starts off as a hero in the Injustice Inc. or in Infinity Inc. Oh, Eclipso, Mordo the Merciless. There's Black Adam, Johnny Sorrow, and this one he's the last one. That's why he's blue. So yeah, the way to play this game, the basic rules are fairly simple to understand. It doesn't take that long to learn to play, and it's hours and hours of fun. So here's our crisis cards. We have Injustice for All, the Black Rain, Princes of Darkness, King of Tears Ritual. Oh, here's another crisis setup card. Here's the crossover crisis divider card for the other thing. And then we've got some of the Kickstarter cards. Here we have 9 lives as a superpower card. Here we have the Star-Lord as a piece of equipment. That's pretty cool. I love how all this stuff is linked to specific comic stories too from DC's past. There's Killer Wasp, Tigress, Hourman, Sand, and Atom Smasher. So those are the Kickstarter cards that came for the Crossover Crisis Pack 1. Pretty impressed. Okay. Flashpoints next. And this is crossover pack 10. Each one is very different, but each one also, again, harkens back to a certain time of DC or certain stories within DC. So here is our Flashpoint divider. That is gorgeously done. Looks very similar to not only the comic book cover, but the DVD adaptation that they did. So that's how the animation looked when he was running. So very good job there. It was one of their better adaptations. Okay. So first we have the how to play. With this, it tells you what's in it. It tells you what the new concept is, and this one's going to be Nemesis Awards. Tells you more concepts. There's going to be a timeline up, specific card clarifications where the rules from some of the other sets might blur, and then this one involves time travel. So you're going to have different types of a new way to look at your lineup. So here we have Flashpoint Cyborg, Flashpoint Batman, which, well, if anybody remembers, Flashpoint Batman is Thomas Wayne, because in that comic book story, again, spoilers, Bruce is the one that gets killed during the mugging, and his mother and father live. His mother goes insane and becomes Joker, and his father becomes Batman. Flashpoint the Flash, Flashpoint Green Lantern, Flashpoint Captain Thunder, Flashpoint Superman, that emaciated alien thing, Queen Diana, and Emperor Aquaman. Because when the timeline that Flash enters, you find out that World War III is about to happen, and the Amazons and the Atlanteans are at war with one another, with everybody else stuck in the middle. It's pretty violent, and it's a pretty amazing comic book story. So I think it'll be fun to play this game with these cards too, because playing in that world is just going to be fascinating. So speaking of the cards, here we go. Quick run through. We have Flashpoint Britannia. We have, for our hero cards, we've got Canterbury Cricket, Citizen Cold, Mira, who I believe in the beginning, the earlier parts of the story, ends up getting killed by Wonder Woman. Captain Thunder Kids, because in this one, it's a group of kids who become Captain Thunder. Kid Flash. Okay, that's our heroes. Then we're going to jump to villain cards. And in our villain cards, we have... And this talks about the timeline up thing, too. We have... Martha Wayne. Well, like I said, is kind of the Joker in this one. We've got a Deathstroke, Volko, Atlanteans, Subject Zero. Okay, that's the villain cards for this one. And then we have, looks like we have a location, New Themyscira. Oh, that's the only location, looks like. Superpowers, we have Brutal Persuasion, Heroic Escape, Traverse Timelines, Speed Force, Counterattack, No More. Okay, then we get those moving out of the way there. We jump into equipment. The equipment featured here, we have Energy Resistant Armor, an Atlantean Spear Gun, Cosmic Treadmill, the Geopulse Prison, Queen Mira's Helm. Okay, like I said, when she gets killed in this one by Wonder Woman, because It's a long story, and I won't spoil it for you, but it's interesting. Okay, then we have our super villains. Penthesilea, Prince Orm, the Enchantress, Gorilla Grodd, always good for a challenge, Emperor Aquaman, Queen Diana, who's pretty vicious in this one, and Reverse Flash. Okay, once we get through our super villains, we of course have superheroes. So you can play it either way. So the superhero we have here, we have the Flash. Then we've got some Kickstarter promo ones here. We have the Resistance. We have the Furies. And we have Chronokinesis and the Trident of Atlan. And then this, of course, is our randomizer for the multiverse box. Okay, so that was the Flashpoint set. Let's go with the Rivals. Alright. So these are one-on-one games. That's what this mat here is for. This one is Shazam versus Black Adam. It is our 4th Rivals set. Shout the magic word and find yourself at the center of the battle between the iconic rivals. You can play as Shazam or Black Adam. Each time a character is defeated, they gain more amazing abilities and become a bigger challenge to defeat. Confrontation cards give you bonuses when you're trying to take down your opponent. Black cards make it harder block cards make it harder for your opponent to defeat you. There's 99 cards, 6 oversized character cards, rulebook, multiverse divider. Since this is a first printing, there's a promo card inside. And then this one, because I got it through the Kickstarter, has 6 extra Kickstarter cards, foil added to 6 of the character cards, foil treatment on the cover, and metallic confrontation coin. So the cover you can kind of see now, but when I take this plastic off, you'll see it even better. See, it's got the metallic bit to the cover. So even though I have a multiverse box that this will probably end up residing in, I'll keep the box. Okay, here's our book on how to play, and rules are pretty simple and basic. Covers the basics, and if you already have played Rivals, it'll pretty much be a new way. It's the same way to play the game, but just with newer cards. So here's the token they were talking about. It says confront on one side, and it says buy on the other. Buy, confront. So that's part of this. Here's our divider for the multiverse box. Here's our character pack. So like I said, this is going to have 3 versions of Shazam, 3 versions of Black Adam in it. You play from your weakest version to your strongest version, and as you defeat each other, the first person, of course, to defeat all 3 will win. So we have a 9 value Shazam, which is the way you'll start if you're playing with Shazam, which would, go here. We have the 12 value Shazam, and we have the 15 value Shazam. And these all have a little bit of that foil treatment too, since it's the Kickstarter cards. Okay, for the bad guys, we have a 9 Black Adam, we have a 12 Black Adam, and we have a 15 Black Adam. So the idea is you go through this deck fighting each other until one of you defeats the 3rd version of the other of you. The head-to-head is pretty good. To be honest with you, I think the Rivals that I have liked the best so far is actually the early starter set for the Teen Titans Go. And in that one you have extra heroes that you can use as teammates. I really like how that one went, and it was a really easy way to teach my littles how to play, and once they've played that version, they were able to understand the rest of it. Alright, so we'll try to do this a little bit quick. We have some of the superpowers here. Wisdom of Zudi, because these are Black Adam cards. And he's got 2 of those. And then we've got the power of Aten, the courage of Menon. To be honest, I don't know who Black Adam's gods are, really. I have never... He's all right, but he's not a big one of my favorites, so I know not a lot about him, except he's a pretty cool villain. Who's got Shazam's powers, basically. So here we have our starter cards. We have the Punch, which there's Shazam's punches. Here's Black Adam's punches. We have vulnerabilities. There's Shazam's. There's Black Adam's. They show his family there. Okay, now back to it. Oh, here's another superpower. Word of Power for Shazam. Looks like he's got 2 of those. Oh, 3 of those. Oh, wow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess that's pretty much what he has. Oh, it's for both of them. Okay. So Shazam's on the art's all Shazam, but it's for both of them because they both say because Black Adam used to say the same thing. So, all right. So then we have weaknesses. The weaknesses for this set look like this. Here's our randomizer for the multiverse deck or box. And here's some of those promo cards we were looking at. This promo card is because we ordered it from this version, and because we bought that earlier version of the box, we have Hoppy, who's a hero. We also, as a Kickstarter exclusive, we got Nevermore. We got Herkimer. We got Bolt, Brainwave Jr., Sabina, and a superpower called Shazam. Okay, one more stack of cards before we get to the main event. Alright, so put these. So we'll put these right back in this box. Okay, on this set we have the heroes for here. We have Darla Dudley, Eugene Cho, Pedro Pena, Rosa and Victor Vasquez, Taki Tawny, Atom Smasher, Cyclone, Freddie Freeman, Stargirl, Mary Marvel, Hawkgirl, Hippolyta, Osiris, Hawkman, Isis. Looks like we got 2 more. Let me make some room here. Dr. Fate and the Wizard. Shazam himself. Okay, that's our hero cards. And we're going to jump over here to the villains. We have Sloth and Envy and Gluttony and Lust. I'm starting to see a theme. We've got the 7, probably have all 7 in here. Here's Psycho Pirate, Dr. Savannah. There's Greed, Mr. Mind, Pride, Wrath, Famine, Felix Faust, the Monster Society, War, Pestilence, Sarbek, and Death. So that's pretty cool. The art on these does not disappoint, that's for sure. Oh, here we are at locations. We've got the Rock of Eternity. That makes sense. And Kahndaq. Kahndaq is the home of Black Adam. Those are the 2 locations we got for this set. For equipment, we have a magical subway, the Book of Champions, the Encyclopedia of Magical Monsters, the Amulet of Isis, and the Wizard Staff. Okay, back to some superpowers. We have the Wisdom of Solomon. The Strength of Heracles. Oh, looks like we got 2 of those. The Stamina of Atlas. We get 2 of those. Power of Zeus. 2. Challenge of Achilles. Courage of Achilles. Speed of Mercury. Stamina of Sho. And there's 2 of those. And we just switched to Black Adam. So these are the rest of his powers we were looking at before. Swiftness of Horus. And the Strength of Ammon. That's all the cards from this set. Okay, time for the main event. Justice League Dark itself. So this asks quite simply, are you ready for the Dark, the Kickstarter edition? This entry into DC Deck Building Game series puts you in the supernatural shoes of the DC team that steps in when challenges arise that are too mystical for the regular superheroes. Become a member of the Justice League Dark as you seal the threats of magical supervillains and transform your cards into more powerful forms. Based on Justice League Dark comics with original cover art by Ryan Benjamin, you get to play as the Justice League Dark members like Wonder Woman, John Constantine, Zatanna, and Dr. Fate. You get to transform cards, and they will have the ability to change into other cards. You get to seal your cards away to add your score at the end of the game, and there's new weakness cards that have a built-in way to get rid of them if you are willing to pay the cost. So the contents of the basic game: 215 standard cards, 8 oversized character cards, Multiverse Divider, the rulebook, first printing Jason Blood and Etrigan promo cards, 4 sealed tokens. Kickstarter exclusive includes 48 other cards. Foil added to all the character cards. 6 Kickstarter cards that are just for this expansion. 2 Kickstarter oversized character cards, 1 additional sealed token. 2 Kickstarter oversized character cards for Justice League Dark expansion. Foil added to all 5 sealed tokens, thicker tokens, foil treatment on the cover, and a 5-player mode. Most of these games started as 4-player. DC Deck Building Game Justice League Dark expansion is also included. 53 standard cards, 6 oversized character cards, and a rulebook. So you're probably sitting there going, oh my god, are we going to go through all the cards? No, we are not. But I do want to show you what it looks like. And I might show you at least the characters that we get to play as. Alright, here we go. Oh, that's cool. Here's the small rule book for the expansion is right here. Which tells you how to, quick run through on how to add these cards in. So that's pretty sweet. Okay, so here's the rule book for Justice League Dark. It's got, I mean, like I said, it's got some new things because the whole sealing your cards away, that's new. We've never had to do that before. And transforming cards is also new. One of the things that they do on most of their rule books, they have a handy dandy reference guide on the back, which is very sweet and appreciated. Okay, so big deck of cards. Like I said, we're not going to go through all of those. Here we have the divider card for the multiverse box. Okay, here's our character cards that we are going to go through. Okay. So this one is one of the Kickstarter cards. It's Dead Man. Here we so I'm going to do looks like the Kickstarter cards are on top. There's Madame Xanadu, John Constantine. Wait, he can't be a Kickstarter exclusive. No. Okay, so these are the 2 Kickstarter cards. And then we have John Constantine, Zatanna, Detective Chimp, Ragman, Wonder Woman, Dr. Fate, Man-Bat, that's interesting, and Swamp Thing. Those are the heroes for this set. Now, for the expansion set, apparently you play as villains. So let me show you them. We have Witch-marked Circe, the Enchantress, the Floronic Man, Papa Midnight, Solomon Grundy, Clarion, Black Adam, and Felix Faust. Okay, everything else is hundreds of cards that we're not going to go through. So that was our unboxing of the Kickstarter of Justice League Dark from Cryptozoic. There's a lot of stuff here. It'll take probably days to go through all of this really well and put it all where it goes and everything. But I gotta say, I am very impressed. Again, these guys have just knocked it out of the park. I am very appreciative for everything that they've done. I love this series. I'm sure that this game will be great. Probably try to get one in tonight if my kid will play with me. All right. Have a good night. This is Os from the Man Cave signing off. May the 4th be with you.